rebellions are built on hope.
And welcome to another episode of Radio Rebellion, a Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, Alberto Calderon, and thank you for joining us on this Star Wars Saturday. So I'm joined as always, or almost always, by our co-host, Oti. Oti, how are you doing today on Saturday? It's been... I know we just had an episode last week, but it feels longer. I don't know. How are you doing?
I'm having a great Saturday.
Yeah?
Today was El Clásico, the game between Barcelona and Real Madrid. And Barcelona absolutely humiliated Real Madrid, which was so satisfying. Yeah, because give me 1 second, because I need to. It just happened. It just ended.
The floor is yours.
I literally got here 2 minutes beforehand because I was watching the end of the game. Real Madrid signed the best player on the planet, who was Mbappe, a piece of shit, and I don't even know if he got one shot on target, which was so satisfying. And everyone came into the game saying no, because Real Madrid have been playing terribly and Barcelona have been fantastic. And everyone's like, no, but this is the game when everything's going to turn around. Nope. So
well,
I'm on cloud 9 right now.
I'm glad to hear that your team humiliated their rival. I'm going to be that way later tonight. After we finish here at 7 o'clock, my college team, not the one I work with, but the one I grew up following with, University of Miami, is going against the biggest rival, Florida State, which right now Miami is undefeated, ranked 6th in the country, and Florida State has only won one game. So supposedly, we should humiliate them, but you never know. But I'm going to be very happy, hopefully, at the end of tonight.
Are you into the World Series at all? Or
yes, so we watched the game yesterday. It was a great game. Can't believe that ending.
I left the game 2-1. I was tired. I was like, oh, okay, there's only I think it was the bottom of the 8th inning. And I was like, okay, the Yankees are going to win. And when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's something, dude. It's sports. You can never count anyone out.
Nope.
All right, but that's for a different type of podcast. Today we're to talk Star Wars, but first, if you guys are watching, thanks for joining us. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel so you don't miss any new episodes or those great interviews that sometimes we get the opportunity to do, like last week.
That was fun.
Comment down below if you're watching this on the replays, like this video, and of course, if you're listening to the other podcast, give us a 5-star rating and review. And last week, that was a great conversation we had with Stephen Barnes, the author of Mace Windu, The Glass Abyss. You didn't have to read the book to enjoy that talk, and I don't think it has anything to do with us. He was just an open book.
He wanted to talk.
He was, when I logged in like 10 minutes prior, he was already there.
Oh, really?
He's ready. And as the first thing he said after kind of, hey, how you doing, blah, 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 he said, I know you sent some questions that need to get approved. I don't care. Just ask me whatever you want, and I'll answer it. So I'm here for you guys. I'm ready to go. Like, perfect. Gloves are also still boundaries. We didn't go too far.
We stick to the script. I thought of one question I wanted to ask him that I didn't. I wanted to know, it came to me later on, but I wish I knew because he was talking a lot about being true to the fandom and delivering a story that fans want, and I just wanted to know the balance between that and being a writer and having ideas and telling the story you want to tell. But some other time.
Yeah. The way because I had something similar. That's a conversation we've had for a while, is how much do actors, writers, directors tell their stories or do a story that the fans want. We usually fall to, hey, just tell your story, and if the fans like it, they like it. I think he balances that fact that he tries to come up with a story that he wants to tell. That's cool, like he said. And then hopefully not make changes, but kind of guide it to what he hopes the fans will want at the end. So, like you said, maybe next time. Hopefully he gets a chance to do his Mace Windu revival story that he told us after we cut camera. So, we'll see.
That was so cool.
All right, Oti, before we start officially. Who's out there? I see one comment.
We have Brennan in the chat.
Hmm.
Hello
Okay.
there, gentlemen. Very excited about the future of Star Wars. Am I? Good.
Yeah. We gotta get back to Brennan. Gotta scale that to be on his
Yeah.
show soon. Have you had a chance to start reading Tears of the Nameless or not yet? Okay.
No, I haven't. I have to get to that.
No problem. I finished it. I put my review up. Very good book. But go ahead and start. So if you guys are ready, I'm not ready. So let's talk Star Wars and Star Wars news.
Star Wars news.
So one of the reasons I asked if you've read Tears of the Nameless is because we got a bunch of reveals for the High Republic coming
Mhm.
to the end of Phase 3. And New York Comic Con didn't disappoint for the book fans, comic book fans, all the out there in Star Wars. We got a bunch of images. Or we got Ava Chris, Elsa Man, Buriaga, Bel Sedifar, Aslin Rael, this fallen Jedi now, and a great look at Marchion Ro and Lourna D in a dancing for the Tempest Breaker audiobook. And of course, you saw there the cover for Claudia Gray's next book, Into the Light. So, and there was a snippet of that. So let's go through them real quick. We're not quick, we're going to take our time. But okay, let's start with those kick-ass Jedi looks. Surprised to see the High Republic Jedi in full armor. We're used to it seeing it in the Clone Wars for the Jedi, but basically temple guards with the mask, white and gold robes and armor. They're ready for battle now. So there's nothing in Tears of the Jedi, Tears of the Nameless that kind of points to this is where it's going. But I'm extremely excited to see why they're wearing this armor. Maybe there's something in it to combat the effects of the Nameless. But just first, what came to mind when you saw those images?
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's for. Maybe it's like tuning out, your senses and just trusting in the Force and being guided by the Force. Like, I feel like an element of the Nameless effect on the Jedi is very mental. Like,
yeah,
it's in their heads, a lot of it. So maybe that's a way to combat it. I don't know.
There's a lot in Tears of the Nameless that kind of goes into why the Nameless affect the Jedi so much. So that I hope you can get to read it soon. But what if I just came to my head when you said maybe it tunes out the senses? What if it's not a callback, but in the Acolyte we saw the stranger with the cortosis helmet that helped tune out other Force users getting to his head? Maybe it's something similar. That would be interesting to then tie those things together.
Maybe.
Buriaga looks cool because we're seeing a Wookiee.
Bulky man.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't fit in those armors.
No.
And then Aslin Rael, which is this fallen Jedi that we've been following since Phase 2. He's still kicking around. He has a huge part to play in Tears of the Nameless. So I'm very interested to see where his story goes. But yeah, all those images just kind of get me more pumped for the end of the unfortunate end for the High Republic, at least this part of the story. But from there we go to Marchion Ro and Lourna D. They're locked in a deadly tango in Tempest Runner, the new audiobook by Kevin Scott coming out, I think, early next year. Man, I've been missing Lourna D. I don't know.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. I think Ava Chris and Keith Trenn is also going to be in this book. That's going to be a good one. I want to see if this connects more to the bigger story that we're starting to wrap up. Her last book, the Tempest Runner audiobook, which I really enjoyed, it's kind of just a very central story to her. Didn't connect to a lot of what was going on. So hopefully here she comes back into the main fold and helps take Marchion Ro out. We'll see where she falls.
We'll see.
And then finally is that cover for Into the Light. We have 3 Silas there who's been suffering a lot since we first saw him Into the Dark. He was this young, carefree Jedi Padawan.
He didn't want to go out, and now he's out there.
He's out there in Kashyyyk trying to battle the Blight. I'm scared. I'm scared for Reed. He's the main character in Tears of the Nameless.
Yeah,
So
I know.
I'm happy that we keep to follow his progress. I don't know. I'm scared for him.
We'll see what happens. I have no idea what's gonna happen with him, but we'll see.
It's a great cover. All the young adult covers, and I forgot to write down the name of the artist. They've just been killing it. They're just
Yeah.
awesome covers out there. So I know you like this one. Let me get my stuff ready. This didn't come from New York Comic Con. I believe it was teased during Comic Con. It was revealed a few days later.
Oh,
A welcome surprise to be sure is that Charles Soule returns to write, and everyone's favorite sad dark side user in Kylo Ren, a story set between episode 8 and episode 9. It's called Legacy of Vader. It's going to explore Kylo's time as Supreme Leader of the First Order. Before I kind of read a little bit of what Charles Soule said about the comic, Kylo Ren is back.
he's back. I went through a whole roller coaster of emotions when I saw Legacy of Vader. I was like, oh come on, another Vader comic. Even though Charles Soule comic was phenomenal, but I was like, come on, another one. And then I realized it was a Kylo one. I was like, oh, this is cool. I wonder if it's like a sequel to the. I can't remember the name of the Rise of Kylo Ren.
Rise of Kylo Ren, yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's set between episode 8 and 9, and that got me. It was exciting, but at the same time, I was like, how much can you fit in 1 year? But then I remembered everything they did in between Empire and Return of the Jedi with the whole bounty hunters and Crimson Dawn coming back and a whole war going on. So I'm like, okay, whatever, this will be fun.
I mean, they can fit. They'll find stuff to fit there. Charles Soule has written probably my favorite, and he even talked about it in his interview with StarWars.com. The comics that people always talk about is the Rise of Kylo Ren, of course, that his Darth Vader run. Those 25 volumes out there, just peak Darth Vader. So anytime he gets to write those dark siders, it's always fun and interesting. And now, hopefully, as we're getting closer to that Rey movie and continuation of the story, we might get some little hints here or there, connections to High Republic, because he connected the unmaxing station, and we had no idea what was going on. So maybe this connects to something that we'll figure out in 2 or 3 years. But Charles Soule goes on to say, Kylo is truly lost at this particular moment. In a very short span of time, he faced 2 of his most significant mentors in combat, one of whom is his uncle, killed his own father, almost killed his mother, stolen control of a galaxy-level military that he has no idea how he'll use, and of course found a deep connection with another Force user named Rey. He's looking for any form of guidance he can get, even if he won't admit it, and so he turns to just about the only thing he's got left, the legacy of his grandfather, the Sith Lord, Darth Vader. Apart from the Reylos out there going crazy, because in the actual comic kind of breakdown, it says that he fell in love with a Force user. A lot of great stuff there that maybe watching the movie we don't think about a lot, but all that happened in a span of 1 year. He's now in control of the First Order, doesn't know how to rule, how to be a military general out there.
Not even the span of 1 year. Like, all of that happened. I mean, we don't really know, but
6 months.
No, like the Last Jedi, like all of that happens, except with the Han Solo thing. Like all of that happened in the Last Jedi.
Yeah,
and Last Jedi is what, like a week, maybe.
Yeah, it's not that long time.
And let's be honest, he kind of fell in love with Rey right when she left to him. So
first time.
So like that all happened in the span of a day, hours. Like,
yeah, I mean, as soon as she landed on the Star Destroyer on that little pod, it's like, okay, I'm in love now. She came to me. So
yeah.
I think another thing that the actual comic kind of little snippet says, he goes to search for Vader stuff, or Vader's secrets in his Mustafar temple in Vader's castle. So it's gonna be cool going back to Mustafar, exploring the inside of Vader, how that messes up with his psyche. And then, as we know by Rise of Skywalker, all of this is, at least every time he talks to Vader or to Snoke or whatever, is the Emperor kind of controlling everything. So it'll be cool to see how Charles Soule ties everything to Rise of Skywalker.
That's gonna be fun, and let's see how his relationship with Darth Vader changes, if any, because in Rise of Skywalker he still has the helmet, but we don't really know if he still has like the same burns to it. Like it's kind of like maybe your senior ring, you still have it around, but maybe you don't use it anymore. So
yeah, mine got stolen, so unfortunately I don't have it.
Oh, mine is over there. I use them sometimes.
Yeah. I wear rings. I'm sad that it got stolen. But that's why you need to lock your gates, kids. Don't leave gates open. Anyway, very excited for this. At first I was kind of like, I haven't been into comics that much in the past few years, so I don't know if I'll get into this one. They didn't say, unless I missed it, if this is a 4-issue run, if it's gonna be ongoing. No idea. So we'll see. I'll probably get at least a first few to see how the story goes.
It's an ongoing.
Okay.
Run. Yeah. So
cool.
Probably it'll have at least like 20 issues.
All right. I'm sure they'll go back and forth between the whole sequel trilogy. Maybe get some young Ben Solo stuff.
Oh, a flashback comic. Yes.
Hey, there's a lot.
Let's see him as a kid with Han and Leia. Like, what's that like? Having a mom who's a senator and having a dad who's probably just a stay-at-home dad.
Man, would be great because in Last Jedi, he's ready to kill Leia, and then last second kind of veers. It would be good if we get like that split second in his mind. It will be a whole issue of the comic and just reliving his childhood. Like you said, just, well, mom's off to work. Let me see where dad's going to take me today. Oh, here's Lando. Let's see what happens. So, and that relationship with Chewbacca, I want to see more of that also.
Yeah.
All right. So, do we know when this is coming out?
I want to say February.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
All right. It's not too far off. All right. So, yeah, New York Comic Con came and went. A bunch of cool stuff there. We're, 8-9 months away from the end of the High Republic. So, sad times. In those panels, they said, get ready to cry. And a lot of your... what was it? I didn't write it down because it was last week. Like, the fate of your favorite characters comes down to one of the final chapters of the book or something. So, man, it's gonna be. we gotta talk to all our friends when we talk about the High Republic and have a team meeting and just have all our feelings together.
I like the Jedi save the day, and like the last page, it's them on a ship going back to Coruscant, and the ship explodes. And
oh man. Don't make me. We'll see. I'm very excited to see how this ends, how they wrap everything out. All right, from there we go to our favorite kid store. Nah, that's not a good. Anyway, don't have a good intro for this. I'm just gonna go.
The next show coming.
New images for Skeleton Crew. So marketing is starting to ramp up for the upcoming Disney Plus series as new images of our heroes are emerging. Judd, Nana Wood, Neil, Wim, KB, and Fern. I love that they put Neil in everything. He needs to be in all the little, like right there, that last image. It's really Neil if you kind of look into it. He's hiding behind this cloak. Neil is everywhere. There's like 2 more images that were revealed today. I think all of these are from Empire. But we're close. A month. November's next week. So basically we're a month away from Skeleton Crew. I'm guessing we'll get a new trailer soon, but it's good that they're starting to ramp up. I'm there already. I want to see the show. See where the story takes us.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And I want to see the little dude.
It's funny, we've seen a lot of new images this past couple of weeks. We still don't know a lot about what the actual story is going to be. We've heard, they get lost, they find a ship, they go to another part of the galaxy, they need to find a way back. Okay, there's something there, right? That's the big story. I don't know. I want a trailer to try to figure out what's going on as we head into the show.
I'm really thinking like there has to be more to that ship that they find and more to that Nick Frost droid. Like maybe it is like a Goonies thing, like there's this hidden Imperial vault somewhere, and what they find is a lightsaber.
There you go. Who knows?
Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber.
Obi-Wan. It's a long time. Oh yeah, there has to be something on that ship, and that's what the pirate wants it. Maybe SME SM-33 droid has a map to somewhere, and the pirates want to
A
find it
map to
before.
Skywalker?
Oh, that would be so new.
That would be redundant.
A
And
map
like
to-
30 years before it should.
yeah, it's the plans for a new base called Starkiller Base. You see them inside the droid. But yeah, I want to know what's more about the story. I'm there for the kids. I'm there for the Goonie type adventure series. I just wanted to be here already.
I just want to say, like, Alden Diaz from Twitter, he said something like, "What if Jod uses the Force to raise the kids in the bikes? Like, we've seen the
Oh,
bikes
yeah.
already. If that happens, I'm gonna cry because ET is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sob."
I haven't watched ET probably in like 35 years.
Oh my, it's
Maybe that's too much. Maybe 30. I'm trying to get my kids to watch, and my daughter's like, that alien, it's creepy, he's scary. I don't want to watch this one. I just gotta sit them down and say, we're
Dude,
watching this. I don't care.
So every time I would go to my grandmother's house, I would request to watch ET. Like every single time I would go there, and I would go there almost every day until my parents left work.
Yeah.
So, and I was terrified of ET, but I love horror movies, and I'm afraid later. So that's like just like part for the course. But like, I just love that movie, even though I got like that scene when he leaves the Reese's Pieces and ET's like going, oh, I was so terrified of it.
I gotta watch it again. I don't remember too much about it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. Speaking of sidebar, you just mentioned you love horror movies and stuff. We know that. Your eyes and your reaction last week when Stephen Barnes said, "Yeah, we helped write the Friday the 13th show," and you're like, "What?" And of course, we had to ask afterwards.
So I had to ask him afterwards because, you heard the question. I just needed to know, like, what is that show, because I just can't conceive it in my head.
Yeah.
And he gave us his version of it, which was interesting.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, Skeleton Crew, just give it to us. It's been since July, not that long. I think we're so used to Star Wars shows being out there that this 4-month wait.
Make us wait. We do not behave as fans that we deserve.
Which is, if we talk at the end, like I mentioned with this Mandalorian and Grogu movie that supposedly is done filming. On one end, people say just let us wait for 10 years to build up hype, and on the other side, people are like, why do we need to wait a year and a half for this? It's already done. Give me. Anyway, let's move on. You know what? We're moving on. We're moving to more news. So this time it's movie news. So Star Wars movie news.
Star Wars movie news.
That's a graphic we barely ever use. I think this is like maybe the third time you've used it.
I thought it was more. Sometimes I just keep it. It's news. I just keep going. But we're finally, I guess it's finally we have movie stuff to talk about. So we'll start using it more and more. I put all these as rumors right now. I think all these are rumors. Nothing has been confirmed. I think Empire might have picked one of these stories up, but I think they came from like Puck News or whatever. Anyone, yeah, no. But we'll talk about it with that rumor tag there. The first one is that James Mangold is done shooting that Dawn of the Jedi. Sorry, let me rephrase this before people come to me. The secret movie out there, we're just breaking news. That is a rumor. James Mangold supposedly is going to start filming the Dawn of the Jedi movie next year in 2025. There is no release date for this movie. The only Star Wars movie that supposedly have an actual release date is The Mandalorian and Grogu for May of 2026. And then supposedly there's another movie December 2026, and then I believe 2027. So let's say this movie is ready to shoot or start shooting 2025. So maybe makes that December 26. I doubt it. Maybe 27. That's not the story. The story is that there's something to talk about, which is finally James Mangold is talking about it. He's ready to start shooting. That tells us that the script probably is close to done. I believe, I just forgot his name. It was in my head right now. Bo Williamson, I think, is helping write the script.
Oh, I had no
Bo
idea.
Williamson. Anyway, are they excited that a new Star Wars movie set 50,000 years in the past might start shooting next year?
I mean, if the rumors are true, then yes, I will be super excited about it.
I thought these of the three movies that were announced in Comic-Con almost 2 years ago. I thought this was going to be the last one that would go into production. I thought the Rey movie was coming first, the Filoni movie sometime between, and then this, I'll call it Old Republic movie.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we got the surprise with this fourth movie with Mandalorian and Grogu, which actually just went straight into production. So, surprised, excited, and happy that this is apparently starting to move forward. Again, this might be December 2025. James Mangold is busy with his whatever his biopic he's doing. Bob Dylan biopic, I believe, with Timothy Chalamet.
I think that movie's wrapped already.
Yeah, I mean, there's trailers and stuff with that, so that's coming out next year.
Precisely. So I don't think he's that busy with it.
Yeah, I mean, promoting at some point, finishing up, and then hopefully pre-production or whatever is starting already on that film, and then 2025, second half, third quarter of 2025, they'll start shooting this. So,
this is out of the four movies, I think the Mando and Grogu movie is the least excited I am. This is probably the second least excited movie I am for, but I'm still very excited for it because it's like the Acolyte. It's gonna be like something completely new, and the Rey movie can be that, but let's see how safe they play it. But this one, like, I have no idea what we're gonna see. Like, no idea.
I don't think we'll talk about the Rey movie in a second. This. Yeah, I mean, they can do whatever the hell they want. There's nothing, they're not beholden to anything right now.
Is it gonna, I mean, they've compared it to like Ben-Hur, but is it gonna be like Ben-Hur? Or is it gonna be like the first 30 minutes of 2001 A Space Odyssey?
Yeah.
Just like cavemen finding the Force.
Finding a lightsaber for the first time. But yeah, that'll be interesting. The first time people start using the Force and nobody knows what the hell it is, and there's this weird wizard, quote unquote, out there moving rocks. That's
everything,
a story.
Everything is pointing to like that's what the story is. Like the first everything. I mean, we'll see. We'll definitely see like what's gonna happen, but like it's exciting.
Yeah, that's what gets me excited. It's exciting. Anything can happen. We have no idea. We can maybe piece together a little bit of what that Rey movie might be, Mando, Grogu, the Filoni movie. We have an idea what that might be, at least some points. This is brand new territory, blank canvas.
I hate leaks, but I am excited for something to leak on this movie, like set pictures, and we're like, what the hell is that, Rob?
Yeah.
Is that Geode? What is that symbol?
Geode?
Who are those soldiers?
Everyone's been saying, get Huyang, right? Get Huyang.
I really hope they do that connection.
Yeah. Do you care? This is, I don't remember, 25,000 years, 30,000, whatever. Technology is a big thing in Star Wars that people complain about a lot. Do you want to see this like everything's really old, or it's still in the future? It can still kind of have starships that look similar to whatever and blasters. That's fine.
Yeah, I really hope it still starts with a long time ago. But there's a side of me like if they do the Old Republic thing where it's 100,000 years before the movies, it's like 10,000 years before the movie, but everything is exactly the same. I'll be fine with it. Like I will not be upset about it. But even in the High Republic, they have managed, and it's not that far into the past. They have managed to change some things. Like when the books start, droids are just starting to walk without cords for the first time. Hyperspace works differently, so I think like if
communication is always down for some reason,
it's always an issue. So like it's I hope they have fun with it and just like sky's the limit, because we are going way back here. So just have fun. Like maybe it's like Dune where it's like futuristic, but there are no computers for some reason.
I'll take it. They can do so much. It still needs to feel like Star Wars, which is that balance they need to play with. How much away from it can they go?
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, have fun with it. But still, give me starships, give me droids, even if they're don't talk, they're just wheels and a computer
You have to go
screen.
with a battery everywhere.
Yeah, recharge them every time you walk out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this one. I think that Ray one is my most excited. I'm excited for the Mandalorian and Grogu because it's right there. That's the next one that we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, again, I have zero expectations, zero knowledge of what might happen, and that gets me excited. So
yeah, me too.
Hopefully, Comic-Con is going to be very interesting this time around. I don't think they're announcing new movies, but hopefully we'll get more information about these 4 movies.
Comic-Con or Celebration?
Sorry, Celebration.
Yeah,
I can't get my console.
I actually woke up thinking about Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
Thinking about the logistics of it because I took Friday off just to get on the Japanese time.
Oh wow! Good luck.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out. I still got a couple of months to figure out when I'm doing that Friday.
Because I think that for us, it's basically gonna be Thursday through Saturday night. I think we'll see.
It's gonna be
or early Sunday.
Right.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be super
always. But they're not announcing new movies. We hopefully will get more information about these 4 movies and bring John Boyega, who was just at New York Comic Con, saying how much fun he has with Star Wars fans.
Mando trailer.
Oh,
I'll say 1,000% gonna happen.
We might not see it, but the people out there will see it.
It would be like a year out, so no, we maybe won't. Man, but release a teaser. Like Star Wars fans need to get riled up, so I think that could be good. And if the Mangold movie starts shooting, like I'll never get over the fact that they showed us Spider-Man Homecoming trailer at Comic-Con 3 days after the movie started shooting. So like the sky's the limit. So let's see, but like. If they announce movies, like they better like.
I hope not. I hope we have 4 movies. We don't need to worry about.
I agree. I agree. But like, if that happens, they better have like Skype footage of Filoni on set, Ray and Daisy Ridley and John Boyega on set.
Yeah.
Because like, that would be
this. Yeah, for me, this has to be like. Actual confirmation that these 4 movies or 3 movies the Mando is already basically done. Those 3 movies have moved forward in their production process. Not just no. Remember, this is coming. Like bring in, like I said, if let's say hopefully if John Boyega comes back, bring him. That's a big announcement that this is still happening. Or the script is finished and we start shooting next day. Hey, the Dawn of the Jedi movie. Look at our concept art. We're ready to start shooting at the end of the year. Filoni, after the Mando movie comes out, that we just showed a trailer for you guys. We're gonna connect it with Ahsoka season 2. Oh yeah, here's a trailer. We'll talk about Ahsoka season 2. Just confirmation that things are moving forward, so people can calm down and stop their Lucasfilm is out there announcing movies that will never come out. We need to hopefully see that things are moving forward.
Yeah, I think like the only one that can get away with not giving a lot of information is the Filoni movie, and only if they're like, "Hey, Ahsoka season 2 is coming next year, and then we'll start working on the movie." That would make a lot of sense. So, that's the only one that could get away with.
All right, and all this to kind of tease our last story, more rumors, and this is about the new Jedi Order movie, and it went back and forth these past 2 days. So according to rumors, Stephen Knight, who came in as a screenwriter last year's, I believe earlier this year, for the Daisy Ridley-led Rey Skywalker movie, has exited the project, prompting Twitter mob out there to yell for everyone at Lucasfilm to be fired because they keep announcing stuff that never happens. Before we go to the second part of this story, who here do you know, yourself included, myself, all our Twitter friends, does any one of us work in the movie industry that we know all the process? Dude, I don't work. I have no knowledge of anything that happens. But I think constant time of the screenwriter came in, they did their ideas, they moved the story forward, they handed it out to someone else, and then they bounce. They have 20 other stuff to do. Steven Knight has a Peaky Blinders movie to worry about. Calm down. Why are we always getting apocalyptic with everything? Like, this is the end. Told you, Lucasfilm, you suck.
I think, like, in the case of this movie, maybe the mistake was announcing it in the previous celebration, because I don't know if you remember, like, that was around the time. Remember when this was a Damon Lindelof movie?
Yeah.
And he got fired, and then came Steven Knight right around the time the movie got announced. And so, like, again, when he came on, there were going to be script revisions. And how many times have we heard that Daisy hasn't gotten the script?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was working. Maybe Lucasfilm did not like it. Maybe Charmaine was like, no, like, this is not the movie I intend to make. So, like, I don't know who has the most power there, but, like, I don't know. We don't know what happened. So, yeah, if he wasn't the guy, he wasn't the guy.
As always, I try to be maybe too optimistic and not naive enough. To me, what I hope is, like, he got the script from Damon Lindelof. He spoke with the director, which I mean, wait, this is the story I want to do. Okay, let's tweak this here and there. He finished his pass through of it and then pass it along to her or whoever, if they bring another screenwriter, to then touch up any new points. I hope that this is not going back to square one. Like, we didn't like Damon Lindelof's script, we didn't like Steven Knight's script, let's start again. If that's the case, then there's a big problem. I don't think we're in that point, because every time that Daisy talks about it, she's excited. She's like, I know what the story is, we're getting the script ready. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. I think
that's why I lost my train of thought a little bit. But
sorry.
Basically, like, I agree. I don't think they're starting from scratch because of that Daisy Ridley comment, which he has made repeatedly, where she knows what the story is. They got her to come back because of the story. So maybe we really don't know how this came to be. Maybe it was Charmaine who pitched it, and you can pitch a story, but you're not necessarily a screenwriter, so you need to get a screenwriter in to write it. And they got two great screenwriters to come in. So it also blows my mind that it didn't pan out. So we'll see. And also, again, yes, maybe I'm being overly optimistic, but the fact that Daisy Ridley talked this week also and was like, no, it's still happening. Like, you're going to get news soon. Like, yeah, I'm not really that concerned.
Yeah, I'm not. Because as all this was going on Twitter and people were going nuts about Lucasfilm again, announces things are not ready, which to a point, I agree. They should announce, maybe kind of learn the lesson. Don't announce till you're a little bit farther ahead in the process. But it's Star Wars Celebration. You're going to make big announcements. As all that is going on,
wait.
Go ahead.
Can I just say one thing? I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know if they want to do it. Leslie Land.
Oh, say that again. Say that.
Get Leslie Hetland. To write it. Let's see.
We'll see. I know when this happened, a lot of people were bringing a female writer. It's a Rey Skywalker movie. Maybe we need to get away from all the male-dominated screenwriters out there in Star Wars.
Oh my God!
Maybe to finish up the kind of rounding out the story.
I just thought of the freak out of a Rey movie. Directed by I think she's she's Pakistani, I think.
Yeah.
And written by a lesbian woman.
Always something. Before we go all that way, and maybe we'll see when Celebration comes around. Daisy really had this to say in an appearance in the Happy Sad Confused podcast, but with Josh Horowitz. She said this.
To ask, because I have to, no Star Wars updates. We're still just waiting for news, but you're ready, you're waiting. When the script comes, essentially.
We're waiting for imminent news, I would say.
Okay, this is good. There's a date you have in your mind of when you're going to see something, maybe?
I might have already seen something.
Oh, okay.
There might be a date of when we're, the next stages.
Okay. We like that. Progress. We like that. Slow but steady. As long as you guys get it right. Take your time. I'm patient.
Exactly. We're all good. We're just out here to make a great movie.
We're all good.
That's
We're all
the
good.
face of someone who knows not something. She knows a thing or two.
Yeah. So this is why I'm not worried in terms of this movie's not happening. It's like that. I believe that podcast appearance was recorded like a day or two before the
news. Yeah.
Stephen Knight's news.
Yeah.
So this is like that's not the thing that happened. The big announcement, oh yeah, we fired Damon Lindelof. Like she knows. She says she's read something. Maybe she finally read the script. Is something's gonna be announced soon, or the next stage is coming soon? Celebration is around the corner. Be patient, like you said. Make us wait. It's right there. Be patient.
I don't know. I'm gonna speculate irresponsibly, but like, let's see. I don't know. That's the face of some like that. When she said soon or imminent, that didn't sound like April. That sounded like November.
D23, I believe it's in November, right? D23 is in Brazil or something. I think so.
We'll see.
Bad negative part about it, I think that's where supposedly Disney's going to announce something AI related that we don't care about. Exactly.
I mean, like it depends on what it is, but like if it's like a AI project.
Yeah, I hope not.
Oh, dude, I saw. I have to mention this during the World Series. They had like this commercial of a local insurance company, the one with the S. It was all AI, man. It was like an entire AI commercial.
Oh, nasty, man.
Yeah,
it's an abomination.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, when I was like, dude, before this came out, like, just relax. I'll still have faith that things are going well. And then that dropped, and I first read the headline, like, okay, I'm good. And then I watched the videos, like, we're good. Things are happening.
I hadn't heard the video. I had seen the tweets and the comments. When I saw her face, I was like, okay, no, I'm not concerned at all. And
It's
by the
different.
way, that interview came out the same day. I really doubt that the news came out that they fired Stephen Knight like on the same day that he got fired. Like,
oh no,
those things usually happen a couple days before. So, I don't know.
Yeah. We'll very excited. Here we are. I think that,
or maybe she knew nothing about it, and it's not like, damn it, why did I say that on that podcast? Kathleen's like, you shouldn't have said anything.
What are you doing to us? Now we gotta scramble again.
Yep.
Again, people like to speculate. Like I mentioned, John Boyega was in New York Comic Con, said how fun it was to get back in touch with Star Wars fans. We've said here before that we really want John back. I still believe that he's going to come back. It makes sense for this story. I think they might tell, if you want to kind of fix some of the issues with Rise of Skywalker, making Finn a Jedi, and officially you can do that here now, and you don't have to really give any backstories or big explanations, and then just go. So I'm very happy when I saw that video and ready for the next part, like she said. All right, so the last thing, I will just mention it real quick. Like I said, I didn't have it written down as a main story, but I had more rumors that the Mandalorian Grogu movie completed filming. Favreau's done with it, and that this is scheduled for May of 2026, so a year and a half from now, more or less. Some people went nuts in the why do we have to wait a year and a half just for post-production? It doesn't take this long, blah, blah, blah. And like we mentioned before, on the other end, people are like, just take your time and give us a good movie. But then people want it now, so it's like, make up your mind. And also the big thing that's been going on for years now is what? Oh, look how bad CGI looks. Look at the special effects. They're not giving the animators enough time. They're always crunched for time. They're doing 20 projects. If this really finished filming now, where it has a year and a half, gives all the animators or all the CG artists plenty of time to go through it without having to overwork them, which is being a main gripe out there. So I don't know why people are complaining so much. You gotta bring Pedro Pascal in to do voiceover, which I'm guessing he hasn't done yet for the movie. He's busy doing his 20,000 things, so give it time to not pull him out from other projects. So again, the message for today is just relax. It will be fine.
To be fair, James Cameron finished recording Avatar 3 like 2 years ago, and it's still not coming out. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a CGI heavy movie. So those a little bit of time. I will say a year and a half feels like a very long time for it. So I'm here just like checking Disney's schedule just to see. Like, so we're getting an Avatar movie next year. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to avoid the Solo thing, like sandwiching in between. Or I think this is probably the big answer. Star Wars returns to theaters in the same year that Avengers returns to theaters, and Avengers with Robert Downey Jr. and Pedro Pascal, who will also be doing this movie. So maybe it's, I don't know, but a year and a half does feel like a lot for me. So
it feels like a lot. I don't care, like whatever. Again, we'll see what we get next year in terms of more live action. We'll get Andor. We got maybe Ahsoka season 2 will probably not come out next year, but maybe, I don't know. I'm not that rushed. Give it to me when it's ready. What I'm tired of, and it's just not just Star Wars, and it's something I used to love years ago, was when all these lates will come out and the MCU, this is phase 3 and all these movies and they here. I don't like that anymore. It just puts extra expectations. I don't need to know the exact date in 2027 with the Spider-Man 4 is coming out. I don't care. Just tell me that you're making a movie and when it's ready, put it in the theaters. Like, it takes away a lot of that fun of just waiting for something. Like, I know everyone that's gonna show up in the next 2 Avengers movies, so I don't even care too much about the movies in between. Like, that didn't used to be the case, and I'm like, whatever. All right, that's it for Star Wars. I'll see.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else Star Wars that I forgotten or you wanna mention?
No, we're in a lull, but we'll be back.
We're coming out of it. Slowly coming out of it. I started listening to the Force Unleashed audiobook. I haven't read that book before, so I like 3 chapters in. So we'll see how that goes. I played the game a couple of times, so I don't remember too much of the story. We'll see. All right, so with that, let's take a couple of minutes to talk about something else that's not Star Wars in a world between fandoms. All right, Oti, War Between Fandoms. It's been a couple of weeks. We haven't talked about it, and it's the Penguin. I think we talked about the first 2 episodes, maybe, or just the first episode when it came out. These last 3 have been some of the best episodes I've seen in a while. The one when Penguin, I can't believe I just forgot her name. I want to say Maurice. What's the Sophia, right? Sophia.
The mother.
Your mother. I know when they finally start working together, they present their new drug to the other mafia boss. And like, okay, things are starting to work. And then they got jumped by the Maronis. Vic comes around, crashes everything. When Penguin, we're going about Sophia. Just leave her. And they just bounce. We're in it now. Like, holy crap, what's going on? Next episode is going to be something. The next episode is freaking Sophia's backstory, which awesome, right? Everyone's give her the Emmys right now. And then last week was just as great. So tomorrow, I don't know what to expect for tomorrow. It's been killing it this past 2 weeks.
That 4th episode was so good that I completely forgot that we had left on a cliffhanger with
right
with the Penguin.
Man, it was so good, and I love just everything with showing how easily those people in power just throw everyone under the bus, and what Penguin did and what Carmine did to his own daughter, and everything, just her introduction to Arkham and just being processed into it. It's so visceral to see her go through that. And I love that they introduced this crazy blonde chick in Arkham.
Magpie, a Batman D character.
Okay. But when you see her first, you're like, is this their version of
Harley.
Harley Quinn, because she's a crazy blonde chick that does kind of hide it. So I love that. You're dead. She freaking snaps. You want me to be the villain or want me to be a killer?
Told
Okay,
you, I'm innocent.
Yeah, that's great. It's a great episode. And then last week, I mean, I think at the end of that fourth episode, she kills her whole family, keeps that guy alive, and then last week was awesome. Everything about this series so far has been killing it. So
I love that she kept Biddy alive just to prove a point.
I'm like, just freaking kill him. Why? And then no, I need the money. I'll use you to bring all the players into this. But then as soon as you talk back, I'm just gonna kill you in front of everyone to show them that I'm serious. So
I think he's clearly a snake, so I just could not see her and she knows it. So I just could not see her leaving him alive. Like I love that moment when he's like trying to sympathize with her, and he's like, "No, I try to help your mother," and she's like, "Oh, that's a cute story. Why did you stick with my dad then? Like after everything you knew, and why did you throw me under the bus then?" Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you, man. Like I'm in love with that character with Sophia Falcone. She's blown my mind.
Yeah.
And they're even changing things from the comic with her, and I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah, I saw before. I'm right there with you, and it's a character that every week I get more invested in. Like at first, I'm like, okay, they'll bring her to try to with a new boss, and they'll have that battle between the families. But every week I get closer and closer to that character and want her to win that battle that she was on. And now you're at that point, like, this is the Penguin show. You expect him to, even though he's just as bad as everyone else, expect him to come out on top. But maybe I want Sophia to come out on top because she's such a great character.
Colin Farrell is returning for Batman 2, so like I don't think
she's dying right here, but maybe...
I don't think this is getting resolved in this season, honestly. Like I don't know if I said it here, but like I kind of want this to be like a side thing and have these characters show up in the Batman
a little bit here
sporadically, just like they used them in the first one, which was perfect, and then have their story unfold here. Like it's been so good. And dude, I would love to see a scene of Sophia talking with Bruce or Batman. Like she's insane.
I wouldn't put it past them. The way this character has resonated and this story, it makes complete sense to have her in one or two scenes in the Batman movie and have a kick-ass conversation with Bruce Wayne or with Alfred or with someone. And we got someone we didn't get.
We got Chief Mackenzie.
Yeah, so we got also that connection there to the Batman. But yeah, just been killing it. I'm usually not one to, this is a show about Batman, but Batman's not there. It's like, it doesn't matter.
I've been fine with him not being there, but I will say, like, I had this nitpick moment in this episode. Like, the entire Falcone family dying, it's like a Batman should show up moment, for me at least. So, but he's also not working with the police at this point, so, okay, fine. But, like,
he was on top of the house. We didn't see him hiding back there, just collecting his information.
Actually, it's not only the entire Falcone family dying, most of the Maroni family dying, and a new crime family forming. And I kind of think Batman should be like, what's going on?
He'll be in the tunnels when Penguin. And I love that also because one of the cool things about Oz, every time he falls down, he has a plan almost ready to go. And then I love that he kind of remembers, okay, this is when I came up from, there's these tunnels, they're abandoned, they're humid, it's cold, perfect to grow the mushrooms. This is where we're going to set up shop. I love that progression that he goes through.
They've done a great job setting up the Penguin as, at least I know him, which is just this bumbling idiot who just stumbles onto success time and time again. But Batman will always beat him because he is a bumbling idiot.
Yeah. And Vic is a character as also I've grown into because at first he seemed to me like this other version of Oswald that when he got that chance to break away, which was a great scene, like the Penguin said, you think I'm holding you hostage? You just go. Just go. And you're like, okay, that's that divide that he won't follow into that path. But then he comes back. And then the story evolves that he wants to do more.
Yeah. I love when we see the events of the Batman from his point of view. That was very
that was-
visceral.
yeah.
That was a great scene.
Yeah. All right. So tomorrow.
Oh, and by the way, and that whole section of Gotham where the water hit and everything is destroyed. That it took me like a second to realize what had happened in that section. I was like, wait, why are cars flipped around? And
Yeah.
but it's been like a couple of days since. So
Yeah, I like that. And I think the first or second episode, they kind of mentioned it. That it just had been a couple of days. So
yeah,
I'm glad that we went right through it. So
yeah. I'm loving it. I'm loving
Right.
it.
yeah. I'm waiting for the renewal of Rings of Power. When are they gonna say season 3 is coming? Like 3 weeks
It's
ago,
good.
they said.
It's
I know
coming
it's coming.
Calm down.
But they said it was coming. All right, so that does it for our show today. We'll be back next week, maybe. We'll see if there's news. We'll figure out something.
Will I be here next week? I don't know.
You don't
What
know.
day is it? What day is it next week?
It's a Saturday.
I know it's a Saturday.
It
Dumbass.
is the 2nd, November 2nd. Next Saturday.
I think I'm fine. I think I'll be.
All right, we'll see. Again, it depends if there's anything to talk about, or if we just talk about the penguin.
Maybe we get the rain news.
Maybe we get the rain news next week, or more Skeleton Crew images. Hey, it's the World Series. I know it's on Fox, but maybe a trailer for Skeleton Crew on Game 3 of the World Series or something.
I don't think so.
Let me believe, Oti. All right, so thanks to everyone that was
Maybe we do,
here.
who knows?
Follow us down there. Watch our interview with Steven Barnes and vote. We need
Vote! God damn it! Vote!
See you next week. Stay safe, be safe, and vote. God damn it!
Even if you're in Florida, vote.
I already voted, but everyone else go and vote. Bye.